Okay, I'm here with Lee Kemp. Lee was a world champion in 1978, a world champion in 1979, and in 1980 we did not go to the Olympics. And then, later on, 1982, he was a world champ again. So really, Lee was the prohibitive favorite to be our Olympic champion in 1980, and then that was taken away from him, as well as a lot of other people. So Lee, this current Olympic fight has to mean a lot to you, and it's got to be personal. So tell us what you're thinking about it.
It's very personal. In 1980, when I was training, and I got the news about the potential boycott of the Olympic Games in Moscow, I thought to myself, oh, it's definitely not going to happen. Just kept training, and you know what? It happened. Went through it. So when I got the news, and we heard, as we all heard, about the potential wrestling being taken out of the 2020 games, it brought back those really, really negative memories. It was really, really tough for me to even read about the current news about this potentially removing wrestling from 2020. It reminded me exactly of how I felt as a young athlete in 1980. When I think about all the young lives that it changes and it derails, because you got to have goals. And as a young wrestler, you got to have the Olympics as a goal, as the ultimate pinnacle goal that you're shooting for. And I was one of those wrestlers that definitely wanted to compete in the Olympic Games, and not just compete, I wanted to be an Olympic gold medalist. So potentially wrestling being taken out of the 2020 Games, that is just catastrophic, to the sport of wrestling. Catastrophic to just athletes in general who have chosen wrestling as their sport and they want to excel at it and be the best. To have no opportunity is wrong. That's not even, that's not how life works, to have opportunities taken away. So it's really something very personal to me. It disturbs me to even think about it, actually.
You have any opinion about what we need to do in order to change this thing?
Well, I think everything that can be done is being done. A lot of our wrestling leaders, a lot of our business people who are in wrestling, a lot of our business people that are out of wrestling have all rallied around this effort, this fight. I'm sure it's exhaustive, it's financially draining for the people that are doing it, but I think it's a full court effort to do everything that they can to save wrestling.
On a different note, if I'm a young man, I'm 10 years old and I want to be a world and Olympic champion, what would you say? What should I be doing?
The number one thing you should be doing is put yourself around the very best people that you can. And I look back at my own career. When I was in my high school room, I started to put myself around the best people in that room. And then once I exhausted that room, I went to other rooms. I went to other high schools. And then I went to, long before the club circuit started, there was, in my era in the 70s, there was a YMCA where all the top wrestlers would rally in there and go. I spent a lot of time there. Then, as a very young man, I got to be around Dan Gable. I mean, that didn't happen by accident. I put myself there. Went to his camps, walked up to him, asked him every question I possibly could, and asked him to drill with me a little bit. And I was his drill partner when he at the camp. So I associated myself with the very, very best people. And so my number one advice to any athlete who wants to be good at wrestling is find the very best people in your room, in your neighboring rooms, in your club. Find the best club you can go to. And it's not just about competing. A lot of athletes get that wrong. Don't just enter tournaments and get beat up. That doesn't make you better. What makes you better is starting to work out and learn from the best. Then you go to the tournaments to test your skills, to see if all your training has been working.
Very good. Well, I guess kind of backfired on Coach Gable a little bit, because I know you're one of the very few people that beat him. Thanks a lot, Lee.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.